Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Tashana. Let's get into this. So, hi guys. I hope all is well. This weekend has been very taxing spiritually, if that makes sense. If it doesn't, then oh well, goodbye to you too, okay? Lately, I have been struggling with figuring out which downloads to give on which days, which that is very rare, okay? So if I am giving you something that may not be relevant today, I may be a little bit behind the curve or a little bit ahead, okay? Because the creator has been dropping so many different messages on me. And because I was dead set on aliens and the periodic table and, connecting the dots between these numbers and these locations and these different events, I was not cognizant of all of the other things that need to be tended to. Of course, I know there's going to be other messages, right? We always say that when we get, like a series and then something comes cutting in. The gist of this was to pretty much be tapped in so much that those messages can come through. But I think that is so much chaos going on in the universe, in the ethers, because things are trying to get back on task, if that makes sense. It's chaotic, okay? I'm sorry, I got a little distracted. But yeah, these downloads are coming in like this because there's so many different changes going on in the ethers. And you may actually be feeling this vibrationally in your spirit. You may feel like something's about to happen. You may feel like something's missing. You may feel like something may currently be going on. You may just feel odd or like awkward. You may feel something is in your home or something is in your car or something is attaching itself to you or your children. It's fine, okay? I'm not saying this is not an attack. I'm not saying it is. But what I'm saying is because the frequencies, because there are so many, and they're all trying to align with one another, it's chaotic, right? It's the same thing with God is doing these last little finishing touches for the soul tribes, right? He's preparing people to align with their purposes if they haven't already, and to get with their soul tribe. So this means people have to die, people have to be born, people have to be relocated. People have to have a shift in their mindsets. People have to lose jobs, get jobs, have babies, reconnect with, old ideas that were originally theirs that, life has made them forget about. So many different scenarios and reasons for this chaos, right? It's not just chaotic because it's out of order. It's chaotic because it's so many different pieces to this puzzle that are being shifted around to get this picture and to have it be like this work of art that it's supposed to be. A lot of people, they get confused with, moving or movement with action and happening, right? Just because things are moving around doesn't mean something is happening that is supposed to be action that is taken, right? This action that's being taken doesn't necessarily have to be necessary. It could just be movement because people are restless, right? So you have to make sure that the energy you are exerting and putting out right now is worth it and that it is being put to good use. You want to make sure you're not arguing, you're not overeating, you're not oversleeping, you're not undersleeping, you're not undereating. You want to just have that right calibration, because all of the energy that you are holding on to right now, or rather I would say sitting in right now, I could definitely say that it is about to be upgraded and shifted. But in the midst of that, you have to also understand that the very energy that is being reserved and about to be upgraded is going to be used to make waves, okay? And this is with all of the people that you are connected to in spirit, in physical, in past lives, in current lives, in future lives. Whatever versions of yourself needs to be altered, is very important for that version to be healed and then catapulted into the right position. And I'm not saying like your past self, like your past life, like your past self, like before your spiritual awakening, right? Before your consciousness level has risen, before you actively decided to make strides towards your purpose, your spiritual purpose, not the things, not the goals that you have set for yourself, not the ideation that you carry around about yourself, what God said, what God created you for, because there is a difference. Hopefully, you'll find common ground where there is a correlation, right? If not, it'd be the same exact thing. Because sometimes we have these desires and these things that we want to do, and it's the opposite direction of where God is taking us. And it could be good, right? But what's happening is you're creating bad karma for your bloodline. You're creating bad karma for yourself. All of the people that are connected to you and your purpose, they're not where they're supposed to be. So you're creating extra bad karma for those people. And you have to also take that on, because obviously you would be disobedient or just out of place. And if one thing is out of place, then that means more than likely a lot of things are out of place, okay? There are people right now waiting for you to just make one decision and it'll change everything. And the chaos, that feeling is also a distraction if you're not obedient and paying attention, because the creator will tell you what a vibe is. He'll give you something immediately, and you can ask and then just turn on the TV and get a response, or turn on the radio or get a response, or just pick up your phone and get a response, right? If you are directly asking the creator to tell you what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, what you're sensing, he will let you know. He will tell you what it is that you are experiencing, and if you're bugging out or if it's something that you need to be wary of, okay? This is the point of warfare. This is where warfare comes in. This is where the strike happens, okay? This is where you go left or right, because if you would be confused about something, or, you have this inkling about something and you're uncertain and you just go off of that feeling instead of checking in with the creator, this is how we get distracted and dismayed. Don't do that, okay? Tap in, check in, find out where you're supposed to be in all of this, because it's chess, right? What type of moves should you be making to prepare for ahead, right? What moves should you be making right now that is going to allow you to make other moves up the road? And of course, you may not know. Of course, you may be confused. There may be a lot of different things that are going on that are pushing you into directions that you may not want to be in, right? The gist here is to fully understand your role. Once you understand your role, you can do what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And that's all you can focus on. You can't really focus on what other people are doing and whatnot, right? And who is and who isn't. That is not something that you can afford to do, because it's going to take your energy into a place that you definitely don't want to be at. Okay, so This goes back to not being obedient, not just being obedient, not just, being patient, but simply understanding the directions that the Creator is trying to convey. And again, we don't have to always understand. We always talk about the importance of when it's time to understand and when it doesn't matter, just be obedient. You will know, okay? You will know when the Creator is saying, I don't care if you understand or not, just do what I told you to do, versus I need you to understand what's happening and this is why X, Y, Z is going on. And most of the times when he's explaining something, it's because he's already giving you a set of directions prior to. Now, before we end this, I did want to make sure we reflected, okay? Well, not reflected, this was not another download. I believe we had this conversation about the earth being the place of reflection. We did have this conversation, and I just hinted on how the Creator had gave me this vision about how basically, I don't know if this was the part that I said, how basically the earth is like a big mirror, right? This timeline, this dimension, this entire universe that we know is about reflecting, okay? In this 3D plane is all about reflections. It's like one big mirror that not only reflects back to us, but it's literally based off of what is going on around it, right? So some people, they may feel like, hey, I don't need to do X, Y, Z. I can do whatever, whatever, whatever. And then we're like, hello, you cannot do whatever because you can't see that. These are the repercussions. And this is why everything is so vibrant, because of course we know everything is made of water, right? Of course we know our intuition is linked into that water. And I'm not gonna lie, like vibrationally, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, I've kind of been off my square because I've been like off in la la land lately, because I did just have a matriarchal death. Definitely affected me in ways that I never thought would, just because the intimacy was not there. And I think that is probably the most, mind-boggling thing, because the intimacy wasn't there, and I was assuming that I was going to have the opportunity to create those moments, and it's all gone, right? So the things that connect me to my father, I don't really have much of it. And I've been getting a lot of downloads and messages from my spirit team, from my ancestors that are connected to my father's side. And it's really daunting. I've been getting a lot of dreams and visions and just downloads. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to take a nap after that. Or, I just simply, not right now, right? Like, not right now kind of thing. And I'm just trying to take it one day at a time, because it is rough. And like I said, spiritually and emotionally mainly, and mentally as well, it is something that's bothering me for a lot of other reasons that I don't really care to go into right now. But just know that sometimes we do things with good intentions, and it doesn't matter what our intentions are. The Creator has His own plan in mind, and it's just something that we will never really fully grasp, and that's just what it is, right? We have to take this thing for what it is and try not to over or underplay our own roles, and just stay focused. Alright, I'm going to end it here. I do love y'all. I hope all is well. I hope y'all been drinking your water, eating your fruit and vegetables, and sipping on your own tea, because it is free. And I hope y'all enjoyed your weekend. Alright, I'm out of here. Love y'all. Peace.